Alright, I wanted to show you this. This is the pattern. I just recently put on Facebook a carving of a fisherman, and it stands about 4 inches, maybe 4.5 inches tall. And this is the pattern that I use for it, the basic pattern that I use for it. And what I want to do is show you how I did this little fisherman. People have wrote me and are interested in how it's done. It's a very cute, very carving that we do. So this is my basic pattern that I use for a lot of them. In other words, this is only about 3 inches tall. I can make it 2 inches tall or whatever. I have it in that sense. I'm sorry, I'm outside, so you're going to hear the cars and stuff a lot. So this is the basic pattern, and I just added to it. And when I cut it out, I added the I apologize. Let me get a little bit closer here, that you can see this, and that we'll adjust this in the right way. All I did was add the hand onto it right here, and then this is sort of like a little coat that he is doing, and I will show you how that we do that piece. Okay, and this is a miniaturized version of the one that I did on Facebook. And we've done fishermen before, but this one's really a cute way of doing it, in other words, and in such a way. Now let me get my knife out. Now this is not going to be done from a block of wood. This is done from a cutout. This is not a rough out, this is a cut out, as we say. I simply draw it and then I cut it out, in other words. You can make several patterns from it, just drawing the basic going on it. Okay, now it's really a very simple and easy piece that we're doing here. I'm just going to cut back on that face a little bit to kind of get it out of the way. Okay, just basically we're trying to get that out of the way in such a way. Okay, now the first thing I want to do, we're going to have boots down here. These are going to be boots, so I'm going to kind of cut this back and away from the original thing. And we kind of work on the fisherman has been done before in carvings, but people have done it different ways. These, of course, are the boots he will be wearing down here. We're just kind of working, getting that kind of shown there as we work on it. Getting that kind of rolling down right there. We just be careful. I'm sorry, I'm over at my mother's and it is so loud out here. As we do things. Just working on the boots a little bit. Okay, we're just kind of getting this rounded off here. Let's go ahead and hit the highlights. Now you're going to hear some different sounds and when I'm doing outside, you hear a lot of different sounds and things. You can hear the rustling of the trees. You can hear there's a lot of trees in my mother's yard. After Hurricane Laura, we had a lot of pickup to do of limbs and stuff, so all right, this is just a mild case of what we're doing here. So we're getting this situated here. All right, now let's go ahead and let's just sort of just come up here and get this from being squared off just a little bit. We want to keep it squared a little bit because it's going to be a hat up there. And of course the arms are way out here, but let's go ahead and get the head kind of slumped back from the shoulders. This is a very cute carving that you can do. Anyone can do. All right. Now as we look at our piece here, we're getting that face down a little bit. In other words, just trying to get some things, because we basically are not going to have we're not going to have too much to do here. Okay. Now, as we look at our figure, we're going to go ahead and start bringing these hands on both sides at an angle like this, okay? Okay, So we kind of let's draw. We're going to go ahead and just draw across here with our arms on both sides. We're just going to draw across here, okay? And then we're going to just sort of come down at about the middle of here. We're going to come down with where our arms really should be in that fact. And you come across like that and come up like that. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come in here and we're going to remove some wood here. Okay. Just so we can. Okay. And we're going to do it over here. Come across here. We're going to remove some wood in here. See that? We're going to remove wood both places. Okay? Now, next, we're going to come up underneath here and we're going to remove some wood in here. Now, we're going to have to take this down, the hands down anyway, because they're actually too big for this figure. The arms and the hands, I just made them a little bit bigger when I cut them. Okay? All right. And what this is going to do is this is actually going to come across here like this and then kind of come up like this, okay? So we want to make a little cut in here. All right, just like that. And the same thing. That's what we do here. We just sort of come, and then we can lower the arm later, or thin it up. We're just going to come in here, and we're going to hit that like that. So you see that? Okay. Now we're going to bring. Just going to do a little cutting in here. Now, for this particular piece, okay, we're just going to take a little bit off there and a little bit off there. What we want to do is we want to come in here and we want to make us a little, you can see that, we're going to make us a little in here. So we're going to take our knife and we're going to cut right here. And we're going to move a little wood. And we're going to come over here and we're going to cut into there and remove some wood, okay? Okay, you see what we're doing here? Because we're going to actually come through this thing. All right? And let's just kind of and we sort of work from that point. From that. Let's make a little cut there. Make a cut there. Okay. All right. Now, basically, let me come a little bit more on this face. See that? All right, let's continue to take away from the arms here. We're going to take some more through here and some more through here. Now, one of the things that you can do, and we may end up doing that, is you can take, once you get that much, you can take and drill a hole through here, okay? And you come up here and you do the same thing. You draw like a little triangle in here where the hands will be. You take it and you cut and you cut and you cut out. Now don't force your knife, okay? Don't force your knife to do anything where you break the tip of it. All we're doing is cutting inside here. Do not force your knife. And you see we're just removing that in there? Okay. Okay. I'll come down here and just work on these boots just a little bit more off them. Okay. Okay, we have that. Now, okay. Now we want to make a cut in here. Bring that forward, and we've almost made a cut in here to do the same thing. Now look at our figures, see? Of course, this will come out, this will come back like that, but we're getting our figure in the way that we want it, in other words. Okay. Now let's go ahead and make another cut. And we're going to come up here and do the same thing. Make another cut. Okay, now don't go too far in here and break your knife. Don't do that, okay? Especially if it's a larger figure or whatever it is. What we're gonna do is I didn't bring my moto tool with me, but we're gonna move to the garage and we're gonna drill a hole through here so that will give us even a better prospect of being able to remove wood, because we're not that far from coming through anyway. So we're going to do that next. All right? Okay, well, we'll be back in a minute and I'll show you how to do that. Okay.